All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Hajime no Ippo, Season 2, Episode 9. All right, Date has passed the baton. He's passed the torch. He has passed
indeed.
the mission on.
And I've passed the Chipotle.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that was... Wow.
Yeah, that was a wonderful way to end a character arc.
Yep.
And in some ways end a character's like kind of like form. If any way Date
his story's done.
Right, Date didn't die, and his story isn't like, actually done, right?
But
like
his story with regards to boxing is done, and that's okay.
Right. Exactly.
He fought
he
well.
He can actually be Date now.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
And that's awesome.
And as far, even if we don't get to personally enjoy seeing his long locks, I'm sure Mrs. Date will.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But here we are, and now if Ippo wants to take on Ricardo eventually, he has his work cut out for him.
Yeah. The only thing I think he has on Ricardo that's going to be a really cool thing that I thought he had on Date way back when is just his age. Because he's younger, there is that added advantage of that his body is still able to evolve, change, grow, and get even stronger, more powerful.
Right. And the fact that, Ricardo is terrifyingly strong.
Right.
So,
Olympian,
probably,
demigod, and...
Yeah. So I'm guessing he isn't really used to people actually being able to compete with him or beat him in terms of strength. And if they do, usually they completely fail in all the other regards, probably.
Right,
so.
Which is probably what Ippo would do even if he fought right now, because as we saw, he doesn't even have a way to stop his left.
No.
This guy is a god among men, and Ippo in some ways
he's a god among gods.
Right, but Ippo in some ways can use Ricardo as his next goal to look at.
Yeah.
Because there's no way he could ever reach him in any short amount of time, which means, though, that Ippo's fire will never die.
Right. In a lot of ways, Ippo is back to where he started when he first became, going to the gym and, working to become a boxer, with, say, Miata, except now, or other people, but now it's...
Right.
It's Ricardo.
Right. Or, like when he was starting to get pro... face a couple boxers and stuff, and he had those people that were like Miata, basically. Yeah. But he was starting to realize, whoa, I'm really good, and I'm beating people. But there's other people out there that are so good, good. So y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. For a while. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, one of the best things about this OP is it doesn't really spoil any Ippo related fights or something.
That's true. If anything, it even anti-spoils by the whole stuff with Date.
Yeah. Thinks back on all those that he's got. Yeah.
I'm really curious to see that fight.
It is, Date is the last one in that line of people before he ends up, going back into his kind of boxing mode. Setup. Yep. Yeah, but the first person perspective of the other boxer looking at Ippo is a cool way to be no way of knowing who he'll be fighting. Oh.
And he's not even really able to, grab his hand, just sort of.
Yeah!
Alright.
Yeah!
Alright.
Oh, they're all together. Sweet. Wow. Yeah.
Hey now.
Yeah.
Wow.
2度目の防衛戦決まってんだろ名前は確かハンマーナオです。
Hammer now.
級の7位にランク入りしたやつだろ
Whoa.
Okay.
Mystery Man. Okay. Inheritance qualifications. Alright.
Good sounds.
Yeah, yep. Oh, okay. So he was also kind of testing to see if he's got good, like, energy just in general.
Yep.
One of those things about this show, like... Yeah. Good. Okay. That Kamugawa is such a, like, specific voice, you know? That, like... I don't know if I could handle seeing him in, like, a dub or something.
Yeah. That'd be really hard to nail.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got this very specific voice. Old guy. Oh, this is the guy in the ED!
Yeah.
So the question is, do we know this character already, or is this a new character entirely?
I think this is now.
Who this? Oh! Cool.
Okay.
Itagaki Manabu.
出身のエリートかよ。八木さんがスカウトしてきたんですか。
いや、実は彼大学に進んでボクシング部に入ったらしいんだけどね。
どうもヘッドギアの上から殴り合うのが性に合わ
ない。Okay.
尊敬するボクサーのいるジムだし、勉強させてもらおうかと。
尊敬する
？Ippo!
Yeah.
Ooh. Takamura's like new
thinks
blood.
It's him.
Oh, yeah.
No. Sorry.
Do you know what I did with the bear? Uh-huh. Yeah. Psyche, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Sendo's lost multiple times.
Yep. This is cool. Reminds me of that, yeah. Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, uh-huh. Oh. Oh, I was gonna say, it's like, I miss this guy.
Wait. Oh man.
Yeah, wouldn't that be funny? Yeah.
They ended up fighting.
Right. Well, not only that, but like, what if it's actually him? Like,
no, I don't think it is actually
I know,
him,
but like,
but when Itagaki does go pro, like, you know, like has a match or whatever, what if he did face him?
That'd be cool. Ooh, good job. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, so he's... Gotcha.
Oh.
Oh,
wow.
That sounds scary.
Wait. What?
No way! What?
No!
What? Holy crap!
No way!
Holy crap! Oh my gosh!
No way.
Wow!
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh!
さも感じられねえよ。別人に会ったみてえ。
Right. Okay. Wow, he literally puked his guts out to fight Ippo. Like,
Yeah.
like, good luck. This will be fun.
All right.
何ですかそ
What's a barf Nietzsche? Yeah. Yeah. The Takamura version.
ゲロを吐き去っていく時にもゲロを吐くゲロまみれの人生を歩く
Covered in puke. Hence the name.
つけたんですか
さあな初めて会った時からゲロ道だったんだよつけたんだが
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I love Takamura waxing just ridiculously here.
しかしゲロ道がな。あんなに一歩目標って懐いてたのによ。
No, it makes perfect sense now, you know? I just didn't think it would happen soon.
Man.
But that's so cool that he was able to transform that quickly.
Oh yeah.
お前らさっき一歩がおっさんの代わりを務められるかって話をしてたよな
Mm-hmm.
一歩がおっさんの代わりを務めるには
Yep.
的に足り
Yep.
ないものが安定感がねえんだよ
Hmm.
追い詰められなきゃ本来の力が発揮できねえ
Oh.
Sure. Yeah.
初回から鬼に
Fighting ruthlessly from the start. Yep, that's basically it. Yep. And he has to basically beat down someone that was a friend. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
誰だろうとリング上では倒すのみ鬼の一撃を打てないようじゃ
Right.
このリーダーカリスマと呼ばれる存在にはなれやしねえ
Kind of what Ricardo showed us.
Yeah, definitely.
What? Aoki just tapped into something. What is it, Aoki? What do your elf eyes see?
セミファイナルは俺が
Oh.
止める。
Oh. Okay.
つまり一歩だけならまだしも。
Wow! How the mighty have fallen!
後輩二人
Takamura's like, oh shit.
He's not even
that's-
making fun of him.
That's,
He's just
that's
like,
really
"Ooh."
bad, man. I feel you.
Yeah.
You're getting old. You have to figure this out.
That's. Oh my god.
Okay.
そう下からコツコツあいいよそうそう
Wow. Oh.
いい角度のボディ
Okay.
So that was the strength, like, but the other punches seemed really weak.
Yeah.
自分いじめられやすいんです
Oh.
どうでしたか自分なりに精一杯やりました
Okay.
Oh.
僕の初めてのジムの後輩
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
打ち切
Oh, look at him. Look at him now. He's like, oh, yeah.
ボクシング続けるんだよねお互い頑張ろうねはいありがとうございました
And he's in 7th place in Japanese featherweight.
Well-
like,
Well, and he got there like really quickly because, of course, you know, he was originally in a way higher weight class.
左にダックする得意のボディ狙い逆に僕ならそこを狙う空いたテンプルに左
ooh, and he's down. Yep.
左をどうするんだ先輩
Oh, he's already thinking about that. Yeah.
But don't do him the disrespect of not fighting him
Right.
seriously.
Right. Exactly. No, but this is good. Yeah.
山田君
Oh.
に挑戦してきた
Oh yeah, I was
Right.
like literally like thinking Ippo's gonna have that moment where he's gonna be like, "Why did you force this on me?"
Uh-huh.
Ooh, that's a good
Right.
punch. That's a good
Yeah.
punch.
まったくなおはパワ
Oh, he's gonna have height on Ippo by a lot. Think about it.
ーなお。
はい
Oh, that voice. It's still got that softness in it. But you can also tell there's strength in it. You know?
Oh, yeah.
なスパー
Oh.
地方ジムでおめえはよく頑張った俺は
Oh my god.
やりてえとなして幕の内一歩なんだ
Uh-huh.
うちのジムさ
Oh, he's at that gym!
Wow.
That's the Otsuma gym! Oh!
だが 幕の内はそれは力でねじ伏せたんだ。あれは強すぎる。2ラウンド2分52。
Oh, yeah, I studied all of Ippo's fights.
強さは自分が一番よ。
Oh boy. And he's gonna be able to tell if Ippo's holding back.
幕の内一歩に憧れてって攻略法ば知ってたとしてもその手で尊敬してた幕の内さんなん。
Good, they're both having to think about that.
殴ります。
Oh. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
ここじゃハンマーダウンは内割にここが開く。撃て。
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Coach needs to slap him upside the head. Yep.
明日までに気入れ直しとけ。
Yeah, you're wasting my time, kid. I feel for you, Ippo.
思い出しやがったな。
山田君こっちに来てるんですか？
練馬検討会に出稽古にね。
なんだよ、挨拶くらいしにくいよ。
挨拶なんてとんでもない。
Yeah.
今やここは敵のジムじゃない。
お疲れ様でした。
Oh. Waiting, till,
ハンマーナウの情報は
hand on the
He
hip.
used to go to this gym, didn't he?
Uh-huh. Oh, they're going there. Oh, no. These guys are going there. These
Wow.
stooges.
Wow.
一応敵ってことだしよ。かつての後輩の様子見に来ただけじゃねえか。
Right. Yeah. Watch them be, like, legitimately terrified of him.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
He's making other people barf.
Barfici, yeah.
Oh, he's not even wearing headgear. He doesn't need it.
Uh-huh.
Oh! You can see he's taking tips from Ippo's style. Holy crap!
Wow. Wow.
走ってきます。
Oh,
気つけてな。
you guys better skip. Oh. He's like, oh, those guys.
よう、久しぶりだな、黒道。
And they're still calling him that?
じゃあ、自分走りに行きますんで。おい。何か。
Look at his neck muscles.
Uh-huh.
Like,
青木さんも。
oh.
客をしらけさせないでくださいよ。
Oh. Oh.
だったからって調子こいてんじゃねえぞ。
Yeah, don't touch me. Yeah.
Yeah.
いつまでも先輩風吹かせないでもらい。
Yeah.
自分はもう鴨川の人間じゃありませんか。
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Kimura, good job. So.
でもマシバってバケモンとやったからわかるけどよ。やっぱ怖いからよ。そうやって自分を追い込むことが必要なんだよな。
You're assuming a bit.
怖かったんですか。
Oh.
はずだ。
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
幕の内一歩に伝えておいてください。
Uh-huh.
自分は本気でベルトを狙ってる。
Nice. Nice.
Okay.
Oh, this
All right.
is good. That's a
I
good,
did not expect
brilliant way
Wow.
to do this. Because we're bringing Itagaki into the story. You're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
new character. But they're also like, we're gonna bring a old character and make them kind of
Yeah.
a new character. That's
Man,
awesome.
going from Date and Ricardo
Right,
to
right.
this, and it's like, oh yeah, but wait,
Hammer
wait,
now.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Name inside her dream kisses me still half asleep. Wish that we could stay like this. 8 a.m. Stop the alarm to watch her sleep and think. Do anything if I could make this time rewind forever to 7:59. Oh my god, Barfici!
Wow.
Barfici is
Wow.
back! Oh my god, I so
Wow.
love this.
All right.
The fact that this is happening.
This is
Such
right.
a cool way to have the fight be not about whether or not Ippo will win,
Right,
but
because-
about how Ippo will win.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome.
Because on the one hand, we know that Ippo's gonna win, right? Like he's not just gonna lose a defending match, right?
Right. Right. Especially in some ways, no offense, but especially not to Hammer now, aka
right.
you know,
yeah, because you know, I mean, he's doing a great job and everything. And if Ippo really just didn't get his head in the game, then maybe. But But given that Ippo's style very much is that even if it goes badly in the beginning, he still pulls things around. That's probably not going to happen.
Right. And in some ways, now he'll bring out Ippo's aggression when he shows his own, which means that Ippo will take way more damage than he needs to.
Right.
But still, that's important for this kind of a fight.
Yep.
Because this is something I emotionally resonate with so much. So much. The story transcends the sports arena. You have the young, plucky underdog.
Right.
That gets kind of picked on, but in an endearing way by their peers in that area. Now, they don't see it as an endearing way entirely, especially once they leave that environment, go build themselves and gain some perspective. But the fact that he came from that being bullied environment even before he met Ippo and everyone at Kamigawa Gym. He understands in some ways what kind of mentality you need to have going through life amidst all these strong people. So he gains the mental fortitude and the physical fortitude to be able to stand proud, right? Then at the end of this episode, we have, I think, one of just a criminally just like I don't even know the reputation for this like area there, but I almost feel like I have to say it's underrated.
Yeah,
because that's just so good.
Well, and it was so necessary, right? Because you could have this. All right, from a meta perspective, right? We just had the battle of the gods with Date and Ricardo, right? Now we're going back to Ippo, but we absolutely know that Ippo would not be able to face Ricardo the way he is now. Right? He would get destroyed. So, what's Ippo's path moving forward? Well, we can bring up a bunch of just sort of like, you know, all right, create the pathway of these are the next people that you need to face and all that stuff.
One-off characters that are just there to lose against Ippo as he gets stronger. That's not really as exciting, though.
Right, and he definitely needs to have those, right, where he works his way up each rung of the ladder and everything. But if we're going to have fights where we know Ippo's going to win, then why not have it be a fight where the way that Ippo wins is not actually by winning the boxing match, right? So, by bringing Yamada-kun, you know, by bringing Hammer now into this, right? It's basically a way to, by doing that at the beginning, it's a nice little surprise there, even more so given the fact that it's him specifically, right? But then it's also addressing that question that we always kind of had about Ippo, because while it's been great that Ippo is our wholesome boy that does the boxing and all that stuff, and he's able to get and that's important, and that's really helped him in some areas, and it's helped him. He's been able to get competitive with the boxing, right?
Yes.
The idea of being able to do what Ricardo could do, of just flip the switch, I'm in killer mode.
And let the devil out.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Ippo can't really do that.
Ippo can't do that, right?
What he does is, in some ways, he says, I flip the switch to the I won't give up mode.
Right.
But that is a reactive form of things. So in some ways, Ippo is being gifted a lamb to the slaughter. Now, again, I'm not saying that it's going to be that easy in terms of a fight.
Right.
But I am saying that from the perspective of someone who is a champion and has been a champion for a while, Takamura, for instance, if Takamura got the equivalent fight like this for whatever his kind of, you know, Kouhai would be, you know, someone that's, you know, someone that he trained, he would not hesitate to obliterate them.
Not one bit.
He would laugh while doing it, because he's like, "We're gonna go drinking afterwards, right?
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna like make fun of you in front of the ladies and stuff, and you're gonna like it, you know,
that or pull down your pants."
Right. Yeah, exactly. But with Ippo, this is an important rung in the ladder, so to speak, for him, because he does not have even the aggression necessary to fight someone that is a champion of champions.
And I love that, because it's working at the most fundamental issue that Ippo would have to overcome before even thinking about fighting Ricardo, or even the people on the road to fighting Ricardo.
Totally.
Instead of like, okay, what's some new boxing technique you can learn and stuff? Because that he can learn against most anybody, you know,
Absolutely.
like it'll still be really hard to do, but that's technical stuff, right?
It's time applied.
Yeah, exactly,
Yep.
exactly. And Kamigawa will be able to help coach him through all of it, right?
Exactly.
But the thing of the stuff on the inside,
ooh, that's your choice, Ippo. That's your choice.
That's your choice,
Yep.
and it's a much more important battle in a lot of ways. So, and it also kind of makes sense then how this fight was set up, because I get the feeling, I don't know how the challenges work and things like that, but given that this is Hammer Now's first fight in featherweight, I get the feeling that you don't just get a fight against the current champion easily like that.
Right.
So I'm guessing that Kamigawa was like, yeah, I get the feeling this could be very helpful for Ippo.
Right.
I want to see how he does.
Yeah, there are, I would say, 3 big things that can be gained from this fight happening. The big one, I would say, is that from Yamada-kun's perspective, is that he will gain extreme renown as a boxer, no matter what the situation is, really, even if he loses, I would say, horrendously. Now, he won't necessarily go much farther in his career, but he will be one of the people that basically, you know, went the distance with someone that was, you know, like that good.
And if Ippo does hesitate in the beginning, then that's going to up that even more, because he'll probably punish Ippo quite a bit.
Yeah. The other 2 things are that with Yamada-kun going into this and having the other weight class experiences there, there's this aspect where he's nerfing himself in some ways in order to set himself up as like I'm a tasty target, Ippo. Come at me. You should be thinking this will be easy, right? So this challenge is something that you'll come into here being like really cocky and confident, and I'm going to rub that in your face. And even if he loses still, because he will be being nerfed, he's probably going to land some really good body blows on Ippo. Again, something that will help cement his career overall. Even if he loses and goes down a bit of the weight in featherweight, he can just weight up a bit into the other weight classes and be like, you see the welts I gave on Ippo there?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
What was the third thing?
So the third thing I would say specifically is that this is a personal thing. Like, this is a personal thing, and that's what you were getting at there, is that the actual mental and emotional connection between these 2 characters is one that is not equal.
Definitely,
horrendously not equal.
And even if he loses, he will still have won from his personal perspective of having that fight with Ippo. And then he can go back up to the heavier weight classes, you know.
Because he's like, I did my thing.
Right. This isn't necessarily something that that has to have a big impact on his career, right? If it does, great, but that's not the reason he wanted this fight.
Right.
You know. And now he can then go on to 4 weights, you know, above, and just fight there. Like, who knows? Maybe we'll get a point where Mashiba keeps going up in weight classes or something like that. And then Mashiba has to fight against Yamada.
I mean, yeah, in some ways, like there's a lot of things that they're setting up here with the idea of shifting weight classes for the boxers as well, like so freely.
Sure.
The idea that the boxers going down is easier, I would say, in terms of speed than going up, because it's probably a lot harder to gain really good weight really quickly.
Well,
but it's easier to lose all the excess weight really quickly, and then you'll be, you know, like,
sure,
you know, but
and it probably is based on like general body frame and stuff, and that's probably one of the, because I'm guessing the people that he was sparring against were also featherweights, you know. Or close to, right?
Oh, okay.
And that might explain why they were, you know, 1, 2, 3 all puking, right? Because he basically is built for 4 weight classes above, and maybe it's kind of a similar thing with Takamura, and it makes it absolute hell, and on certain levels, you know, maybe it probably does hamper him a lot, but that's still something where his body normally would be much bigger, much heavier, and all that stuff, and given that he's taken out pretty much all fat that could exist,
his ribs are showing,
his ribs are showing, then he's got a real good amount of muscle on there.
Yeah, that's something that I didn't think about in terms of the strength, because they were saying his punches look a little heavy. Like they have some good strength behind them. But they were also bringing up the idea that, well, because he's down this, low level, he's going to have all kinds of physical problems that, like, well, we as the audience know about with Miyata, for instance.
His endurance probably isn't going to be great.
Right, his recovery with regards to when he does get hit, like, how quickly will he be able to go, okay, I'm back into that there.
And maybe that's one of the reasons why he didn't want to do any featherweight fights before this, because normally I would think, like, wouldn't you want to get used to fighting at that level before that? But maybe it's that it's like, he's going down such a low level.
He's like, I don't want to be in that for very long.
I don't want to be in that for very long, so I'll do that just basically for like my challenge against Ippo.
Sure.
And then go back up to a regular, like weight class. And he did sort of progressively move down so that he was like used to the transition,
Right. And I don't know exactly how much weight difference there is, but someone did send us a list a while back of the things there, so I can go and check that in between episodes. But oh my god, the character aspect of having, like, I feel bad for Itagaki because he was introduced in this episode and then immediately overshadowed. Yeah. It's okay, but it's exciting to have the two characters brought in parallel. I think there'll be some cool things that they'll bring up if Itagaki is kind of the new Yamada, and he'll have, I would say, no problems. For some reason, like, Ippo will have no problem sparring with Itagaki for some reason, and he'll be like, wait a minute, you're also Kouhai, why? And he's like, oh, and then Itagaki will be like, maybe it's because you had the wrong perspective on, and that's why you called him Barf Michi. He's like, I never saw him as Barf Michi. If I saw this guy, I'd be like,
Ippo
you can just
Yamada-kun, which was great.
That's true, exactly. Yeah. So in this kind of personal encounter here, Ippo will probably struggle a bit, but I feel so good for Yamada.
Oh, yeah.
I feel so good for him to be able to come back at this state and not take, really... I'm throwing Aoki and Kimura a little bit under the bus here, and I get that, but I'm so glad he didn't take their shit. Because that's something that is so aggravating when you have an area that you succeeded in. And then people come in and they're like, "Oh, look, we're
try and
proud
pull you
of
back down to their level," kind of a thing.
Right. And
even if they're not thinking of it in that way.
Yeah, and I don't think that's what they were doing at all. I really don't think that's what it is. I think of what it is they're coming in and being like, "Hey, we're buddies," and he's like, "We were never buddies. Since when? Are you at that level with me?" Yeah.
And even if we were to be buddies now, it certainly wouldn't be like the way that we were buddies before, even if we were buddies back then.
Sure.
Because then it was sort of the whole thing of you're the person who doesn't really know much. You can tag along with us cool kids kind of a thing, right? Okay, yeah, sure. Whereas now it's like, no, I'm going to take his belt.
Yeah.
Don't cool off the crowd too much,
I loved that bit with Aoki.
That was
my
awesome.
Gosh.
That was so great.
And it's awesome too, because in some ways the fact that they commented on him like, hey, don't be an asshole about this and stuff. It's like, well, sure, but like you run with Takamura. Like, is the only reason why you're talking down to this guy because you think maybe in some ways you're still above him, but with Takamura you're aware of how much better he is than you, so you don't necessarily give him crap as much when he talks down to you. I think that there's a really subtle thing that goes on here when you have characters who are physically intimidating in the boxing kind of stuff. Like we saw this with Date and how he just had his game on when he was against Ricardo. He was not being intimidated. He was trying to intimidate him. It's like, no, there's no way that's going to happen.
Everything around him.
Right, exactly. But in this case here, they saw it as a front that he was putting up because he was scared of Ippo. And even that thing...
Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it is something where he is scared of Ippo. He could be, but he's so mastered the idea of how he's going to approach it that the very idea is like, what? No, is that what it was for you?
Yeah.
Like, I love it. And the fact that he's taking Ippo, seriously, because he looked up to Ippo and all that stuff. But the idea of, no, actually, the fact that it's me, the fact that I know him so well, that's going to be an advantage. I'll be able to take him apart. Like, I know how he works. It's like, hey,
Ippo's soft.
Go. Yeah.
Like, I love the idea that he sees himself coming into this with an advantage because He does actually right now. Right now. If nothing changes, he does.
Does it outweigh everything else? Will it be enough to tip the scale?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But
hey, we're going to be rooting for him. Like, you might not be Aoki and Kimura, but I'm going to be rooting for both people in this fight. And leave it to freaking Hajime no Ippo to keep bringing in fights where we're rooting for both people. And even, especially when it's Ippo's fight.
And even referencing back to, like, Jason Otsuma with the gym and everything. And it's being like, oh, man, wow. Oh. So, one, that's the same gym, which is just cool. But
and
also,
the same coach then.
The same coach, But also just the idea of, like, you know, that when there's the people on both sides that you want to win, you know?
Yeah.
Even though only one can.
Right. Y'all, I'm really excited for watching the next episode and the next fight. So, y'all, if you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general, and you can also talk with Jacob about the sci-fi novel that he wrote.
Yep, I wrote a sci-fi novel called Battle Lines. It's awesome, and it is available for purchase on Amazon. Link in the description down below.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see it there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.